How do you get started working with investors as a realtor? This is one of my favorite topics. I highly recommend that you, first off, you get your own business running well, okay? The second thing you should do is you should focus on investors. Say, hey, this is something I want to focus on. Because a lot of times, most realtors who end up working with investors, they don't say, hey, I want to work with investors. So if you know that you want to work with investors from the get-go, it's going to help you out a tremendous amount with awareness. The next thing you need to do is you need to learn how to invest in real estate. So in my opinion with that, you need to read some books. There's so many great books out there. Bigger Pockets, they have a lot of books that come off from Bigger Pockets. They have a podcast for Bigger Pockets. The Millionaire Real Estate Investor is a fantastic book to read. So get to reading and start learning about how to invest in real estate. The next thing you need to do is you need to learn a little bit about the economy. You need to learn about finance. And the main purpose of this is when people are starting to talk investing, whether it's real estate or not, that you're going to those conversations. Sometimes people hear investing and they want to get out of the room. They want to run someplace else. They want to talk about fashion. They want to talk about social media. But when it comes to investing, if you're going to work with investors, you need to go to those conversations and you need to get a comfort level of that. The next thing I highly recommend is let's start getting deals. So then start looking for folks. So you start trying to find a deal here, find a deal there. And once you can start finding some deals, you can start giving those to investors. And then the brilliant part of working with investors is if I find one deal, I can have 5 or 6 investors and I can give that to the 5 and 6 investors. And so the more investors you have, it doesn't really make it much more challenging to work with. So if I have 3 investors or if I have 50 investors, that's all it's about the same amount of work because I can just show them stuff and I still can show the same deals to each one of those investors. It's a different deal because they're just looking for a deal. Investors are mainly looking for the best deal for them. If you can find that, you can send that one great property that you have to 10 investors. Okay, so at that point, once you can find the deals, and you can start adding investors on investors and investors, and you can have a big snowball effect. So that's just a very quick way on how to work with investors and how to get investors. I know a lot more. I'd love to talk to you about it. Give me a shout.